All right, it's the Crimson Brothers, and today we're coming with, I think, the weirdest video we've ever done, but I think an important video because this needs to be discussed about who gets opportunities in WWE and who doesn't. And so we're going to start it off. LA Knight. If LA Knight was a Samoan man, LA Fatu,
LA Fatu,
where would he be in the company?
Definitely would be further up, at the top of the card. You know, he already is, I guess, like a quasi main eventer. He just doesn't win anything. Pseudo main eventer. But if he was, and you said in the previous conversation, if he was Samoan, he'd at least be at Fatu's level, like no lower than that. But he probably, with his talent and physique, he'd probably be at the top of the card, easily. So who else we got on mine? Montez Ford.
Montez Ford, okay.
So Montez Ford, I think he would just be like Tama Tonga. I think that's what I think he'd just be in the MFTs if he was Samoan. Like he'd be like Tama Tonga because they have the same body type. And I think he's more athletic, but I think they would just,
not as much.
Yeah, they would just think he looks like Tama Tonga if he was Samoan. So I think they book him the same way.
Carmelo
Hayes. I think the same thing because he's small. So I think he'd just be in the MFTs.
So I disagree with Carmelo Hayes because I think he's on the roster because Triple H can bury him and there's plausible deniability. Like if Trick Williams was on the main roster, Triple H couldn't just bury him openly because people would be like, what the fuck, why are you burying Trick Williams? But you can bury Carmelo Hayes.
Because he's small.
And I think he sucks too. Me personally, I think he kind of sucks. So he's using Carmelo Hayes as like a proxy to bury him. Because he knows nobody will care. So I think if
people do care. People talk about it all the time, though. They bring up racism allegations because not just because of that, but partly because he buries Carmelo Hayes.
But I can see why he buries Carmelo Hayes, though.
But I think it's because he's small. I think it's kind of what it is because he's short.
Right. So I don't know if being Samoan would actually help him or not.
He probably would be better. He might be better off because at least he'd be. I think if he's at least in the bloodline, he'd be somewhat elevated and more important.
I think he'd be like a Dragon Lee.
Like
he's in matches. He's not like storylines, quote unquote. I mean, he's teaming with AJ Styles. I think he'd be doing something like that. Like he's teaming with The Miz.
Yeah.
Basically.
Wait, that's interesting. I don't know where Carmelo Hayes would be. I don't know where he would be at on the card. I just think probably I don't see much either. I think he would just be in the bloodline, MFTs, like just kind of supporting Solo Sikoa. He'd be in the same line, I think, as Bachalo or Tama Tonga. What about I had a whole list. I forgot the whole list. It's in messages. I put it in messages. Wait 1 second. All right, Cody. So if Cody was Samoan. So personally with me, I think
he'd push more than he is.
Yeah, I think he would actually be worse because his whole story is basically I'm not Samoan. His whole story upon coming to WWE was basically it was basically like I'm from another royal family. I'm from the white royal family. So if he's Samoan, he has no story.
Yeah, I think he'd be way worse off.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
But and you did mention before maybe he would be pushed because he does kind of have a different body type from the rest of them. Because a lot of them, they have like, the fat build and stuff. That's kind of why I think Roman Reigns is pushed because he just has he has a muscular physique while everybody else is just kind of like round and fat. So maybe Cody would be pushed for the same way, maybe because not that his physique's remarkable or anything, but he does kind of have a different physique from like other Samoan wrestlers.
Yeah, if you look at all of the Samoan wrestlers that have had muscular physiques like The Rock, Roman Reigns, I'm trying to think who else, Jimmy Superfly Snuka, they all get pushed. I mean, if you have that look,
because he would kind of stick out. He would stick out.
But it would have to be a whole different story involving him coming back to feud with him. It couldn't be that he's from another royal family. It would just at that point it would just
have to be an infight. It would basically be
Jimmy or Jey Uso versus Roman.
Yeah, it'd be Jey Uso versus Roman, but except it's Cody. So I don't know. Maybe it would be better. I don't know. But it would basically just be a fight within the family.
Yeah, I mean, Cody's better than Jey Uso.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So maybe he'd be a better Jey Uso. He'd be eating.
You think he'd be eating?
Yeah. Absolutely, he'd be. What else would he have? What
uh,
does Jey Uso have?
I mean, he's a better wrestler than Jey. I think he is by default a better promo than Jey Uso.
Well, are we assuming that he's Jimmy Uso's brother, or is he just another? He's just
He
Samoan.
could be. He could be the brother.
Yeah, I think he's on Jey Uso's level, which is a downgrade from where he is right
I
now.
guess. Yeah, I agree with you. I think he would just be at a worse level if he was
I
Samoan.
don't see how it would help him.
All right. What about Charlotte Flair?
I mean, she'd be pushed. I think it would help her if they push Nia Jax to this day. They still have her on TV.
This is another one where I think it would be a downgrade because Charlotte Flair, again, she sticks out because she's the only daughter of Ric Flair. If she's in the Anawahi family, she's just another Samoan.
But she's tall though. She is tall and athletic.
I can see that too. Actually,
I think she.
I guess. Well, she would be one of the few like women Samoans,
Right.
so maybe that would make her stick out. But I think you stick out more if you're Ric Flair's daughter.
But who are we? I mean, the Samoan women are who? It's Nia Jax and
What's her name? Snuka. Not super
Tamina.
Tamina, yeah. Tamina Snuka. Which she still signed.
Right.
Apparently she's still signed.
Exactly.
I don't know how she's still
I don't
signed.
see how Charlotte Flair doesn't get helped by being Samoan because they would just push her even more.
I don't know. That's a good question. I wonder. You think she'd be pushed right now? Like she's been super pushed already. She's a 16-time champion.
Right.
So you think she'd be pushed even more? Like she'd still be being pushed to this day?
Yeah.
I could see it. I could see it going either way. I could see it being a bigger push for her, but I could see it where she's at a worse level. All right, Chelsea Green,
I mean, even Ava
Ava.
is on TV.
That's true. Yeah.
I don't see how she's not at least. If there is a drop off with Charlotte, it's not much. It's not like maybe she's a 6-time champion instead of a 16-time
That's what I'm
champion.
saying. Yeah, I think. I mean, she'd still be a star. She'd still be pushed a lot. So, but I'm not sure if it would be more or less. Chelsea Green.
I don't think. I don't think it would matter.
Uh
I think that. Oh, okay, so if Charlotte is a downgrade, then Chelsea Green, I think, would not be on this roster.
I think it would be an upgrade.
You think it'd be an upgrade?
I do think it would be an upgrade because like with Charlotte, to why I'm saying it's a downgrade is because like she's already so high up. But I feel like if Chelsea was Samoan, she'd have a few women's title reigns if she was Samoan, in my
I
opinion.
still see how because it seems like her gimmick is aloof white woman.
That's true. Yeah. That's a lot to think about. Yeah.
I don't.
I
don't
mean,
need-
she could still work that with if she was
I
Samoan.
don't see how though. I don't think you could play an aloof Samoan woman and get over. Like, oh, you can do it, but you have to also get over. I don't. I'm struggling to see how it would work.
I see what you mean. I see what you mean. I think it might be tougher to get over.
If
I
she's,
think
assuming she's playing, okay, I mean, I guess we have to assume that they're playing the same role,
yeah.
same character.
It would just have to be different. It had to be modified.
Yeah, but Chelsea Green's whole thing is aloof white woman, so I don't aloof Samoan woman. I think people would not just hate it.
That's tough to think about. I can't imagine her gimmick as a Samoan woman. So I can't really say.
I just don't think it would work. I think people would be offended by it.
You think so? They would
really
take it as
do.
a.
I think people would really.
I could see that too.
Even somebody like a Jacob Fatu. Like some people are offended by the character.
Well, that's just because he's acting black.
But
That's well, this would be more so because I guess it's offending Samoan people.
I guess.
I think, but with Jacob Fatu, people
it's just offending black people.
Yeah, it's offending black people.
It's not actually offending Samoan people.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
So maybe there wouldn't be much outrage. I don't know. That's an interesting one. I'm kind of split on that.
Well, they'd probably have her acting black then. She wouldn't actually it would just be Jacob Fatu. Now that could be offensive. I could see that. That's all.
In that case, I could see it getting over it because that's why Jacob Fatu's over, because he's speaking like a black man. That's kind of why he's over.
Yeah, but he's like, you can tell that he probably just grew up in that environment.
Yeah, which I like Jacob Fatu, but I know that's part of why he gets over because of like how he speaks.
It's kind of like The Rock though. Like The Rock, when we started watching wrestling, everybody thought The Rock was black. Nobody knew anything about him being Samoan until like 5 years ago. Like it didn't work, but I don't know if it would work for Chelsea Green or like a woman playing this character. I think there'd be more backlash. I really do. I don't know why.
That's interesting to think about. I don't know.
I don't think it
I think
would
I'm
be
gonna
as over.
I'm gonna blank on that one. I can't really say either
Okay,
or.
question mark. I don't think it would get over. But again, it's kind of like Carmelo Hayes. Like I'm not that high on Chelsea Green anyway, so I don't know what it would change. But
Yeah, personally, I'm a big fan of Chelsea Green. She's basically my favorite. Check out on the channel too. Top 10 women's wrestlers. Well, I can't. Should I spoil that? Yeah. It's my number one. It's my number one. So number one, she's my number one favorite. So, all right, CM Punk. CM Punk.
okay, so that I don't know because his run was really 10, 15 years ago. And like I said, we didn't even know The Rock was Samoan until like 5 years ago. So I think if he's Samoan in 2010, it's just Manu Fatu.
This is another person I do think would be worse. I think he'd be worse. Actually, I don't know.
I don't think he'd be in the company.
I don't know.
I don't think
I
he
can't
would
really
have ever
say.
even been signed because it's not like they were signing Samoans.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
this is a relatively new thing. Like we have to get.
I mean, it's not really new. I mean, they're going overboard with
I
it.
mean,
They're going overboard with
them
it
going
now.
overboard with it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. But they've always signed like NY family members. They've always been kind of royalty in the company.
But they've never been like.
But they haven't been like pushed like
We'll
they are
sign
now.
you. We'll have groups. We're
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
push like that's. It's never been like that until like 5 years from. Like,
But I do
seriously,
think I think that's another person that could be worse because
I think he would be worse.
I think his gimmick, you know, the straight edge stuff, it kind of only works as a white man.
I agree.
So I don't know if
Well, I don't know. I think you could. I think it could work. It's any race. I think you could be a black straight edge wrestler. I think that'd be kind of cool.
I'm trying to imagine that right now. I'm trying to. So he's Samoan, but just still with all the Pepsi tattoo, all the tattoos, and he's straight edge. Maybe that could. I don't know. Maybe
I don't know if it would work for him though, because right, he is like straight edge white guy. I don't know if straight edge Samoan guy could get over. Like I don't know if straight edge Hispanic guy could get over.
And then even his promo, like he's basically over because of the pipe bomb. I'm not sure if it works if he's Samoan because the whole point of the promo is he's going against the system and how the company is rigged against guys like him. So if he's Samoan, the promo doesn't really work. Even though they weren't really pushed like heavy at that time, but I don't know if it would work because it'd be like, well, you're in a royal family.
I think everybody would just compare him to The Rock. I think that, like, if Roman Reigns wasn't Samoan, he'd probably be more over because he wouldn't be compared to The Rock, who's way better than him.
Yeah.
You think this is an offensive video?
Not really.
No.
I don't think, well, maybe it is to some, it could be to some people,
Somebody might hear that.
It's just kind of, I mean, cause it's a fact at this moment that who you're related to, it does change how you're pushed in the company. That's just a fact. So if you're getting offended, you should be mad at the company for that. We're just discussing what the company does. It's a fact that Charlotte gets pushed because she's Ric Flair's daughter. So, I mean.
Well, would you say that's more nepotism than the fact that is or isn't Samoan? It's just nepotism.
I mean, yeah, that's nepotism. That's more so nepotism, but the Samoans, it's mostly like, again, the NY family. So, and then they might stick you in just because you're Samoan anyway, because they've already built so much around it.
Look like
yeah, because you look like them. Yeah. So, but yeah, blame the company for that. Don't blame us. So we're just discussing what they're doing. So disclaimer on that. All right. John Cena.
I don't think it works again because
I think this is another person where it would be worse.
If you're looking at when he came into the company, being Samoan would not have helped him at all. I don't think it would have. I think he would have never got a tryout. I really do.
I think he'd get a tryout. He wouldn't make it big though, because he basically got big off of being white rapper.
Well, I've always said that if you listen to his speech cadence, it's Martin Luther King. He's just Martin Luther King.
But before that, he basically got big over from being a white rapper. Yeah. Just like a comedy, even though it's not really comedic, but
it was Eminem basically.
So does it work if he's a Samoan rapper?
It doesn't work. I don't see how it works at all. I don't see how it works if he's black.
Oh yeah, I agree too. Yeah, it wouldn't work if he's black.
I think John Cena has to be a white man, or it's not John Cena. It's. I mean, he has to be like the next Hulk Hogan. He's is essentially 2000s version of Hulk Hogan. I don't see how he can be Samoan and do that.
Yeah, that's tough to think about. Yeah, I don't see it either because I think if he's a Samoan rapper, there's not as much appeal to the gimmick.
I think it would have been taken as a joke. And even if he was a black rapper, I think it would have been taken as a joke. I don't think it would have.
It wouldn't have been taken. It's the fact that he was like white and doing it. That's what made the gimmick.
And
like,
it also wasn't cringy. Like it wasn't joke. It was like raps weren't good. Like if you go back now, it's not like amazing rap, but it's entertaining. It's not bad. So therefore, it's way
like
better.
What's the word I'm looking for? It's the novelty seeing a white man just acting like a thug rapper.
But even after he transitions from that gimmick, now he's Martin Luther King, and you can't have a black person playing Martin Luther King
or a Samoan playing Martin
or a Hispanic person doing it. It has to be.
There's a lot of these people considerably like that. Their careers are worse. Like a lot of people we've discussed, their careers end up worse. All right, who we got next?
Is this still recording?
Yes, still. I had to put.
Are you sure?
I had to boot it back on.
Oh.
All right. Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre. Again, it's like when he gets signed, we're not in an era where. Well, I guess now I think he'd be better off. He wouldn't be jobbing like he is now.
Yeah, he wouldn't because he got signed back. So I don't think he'd be jobbing like this.
That's all. I don't know anything else about his career.
It's similar to Cody. I feel like he would just feuding. He would just have an infight with Roman Reigns. It would just be a triple threat for dominance, like of the family: Roman, Drew, and Cody. If that would be the feud. So I think I'm not saying he'd be like a multiple time, like 10-time world champion, but I think he would be being better than he is now.
His career would be better off right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if it would translate to earlier success. Like he would have still been released when he got released.
Yeah.
He probably would have been re-signed, but I think, and I mean, they did push him when he came back and won the title.
But more so under the Triple H era. That's when he really just got buried on the Triple H.
I don't think he'd be getting buried by Triple H.
Vince McMahon was pretty high on him. Like under Vince, he was a top guy. So, like, I think he beat Brock Lesnar. But under Vince, he's just buried. I mean, under Triple H, he's just buried.
Yeah,
so
I don't think Triple H would bury him.
All right, so who we got? I wish I just wrote the list down. I think we went through nearly everybody. All right, Seth Rollins.
I think he'd be released.
So
I've never seen a flamboyant Samoan.
Actually, come to think of it, that might be why he gets pushed more. Because it would just be like a unique spin. It would be because you've never seen a flamboyant Samoan wrestler.
But I don't think they would have.
So. I think he would be pushed to the same because from day one, Triple H really loved Roman and Seth from day one.
I think he'd be a jobber. I think he'd be in the Indies somewhere.
I disagree.
Like
because Triple H from day one was super high on both Rollins and Roman. So
I mean, we're assuming that all of these other people are Samoan and are also in the company.
Okay,
Cody Rhodes and they're Samoan. They're in the company. I don't see what place Seth Rollins has. Like that role, I don't see how it appeals to the fans.
I think he would be. I didn't think about it like you, by the way. Like just assuming everybody else is
right. We have to assume that all these other people are also Samoan and in the company. So now
I still think he would kind of be okay if he's the only one that's turned Samoan. With everybody else that is already Samoan and he's turned Samoan, I think he's pushed out the same or even more.
I think it's a jobber character as a Samoan.
Think so?
I think this is like a Funaki. I think he is a jobber. I don't. How is he taken seriously now? Anyway,
because Triple H loves him. That's why because he loves the high flying. I guess he likes the
high flying.
I think that's why he liked him. I think because the long hair, the high flying, and I think he likes his goofy promos. But Triple H has loved Seth Rollins from day one.
It's just Nathan Frazier, a taller Nathan Frazier.
I agree, but that's what Triple H loves.
I mean, we've talked about this. The Seth Rollins character is nothing. It's just an entrance. Whoa. So, I don't think he gets over as a Samoan person. I think it's kind of like the John Cena thing. Like, this character needs to be a white man because otherwise nobody Not interested.
I kind of agree. Kind of agree here. Yeah, I think he'd be worse off.
He's a cross-dresser. Like, call it, if we're doing this video, let's call it out. He is a cross-dresser. He wears his wife's clothes to the ring. I don't think Samoan people would. I think Samoan people might be offended by it. What the fuck is this? It's disrespectful.
Was Rikishi not disrespectful?
He didn't cross-dress.
I mean, but it was a man just rubbing his bum in people's faces. I think that's pretty bad too.
I guess it's different. I don't know. I mean, that is pretty bad.
I mean,
that was
Seth Rollins dressing flamboyant. No, him dressing flamboyant is less like that's less zesty in comparison.
I guess for Rikishi, it's like, well, he has a fat ass. So I don't know. That's a good point, actually. That's a really good point. But in the same way, like, Seth Rollins can't do the stink face because now it is actually just zesty. At least with Rikishi, it's like, well, he has a fat ass, so he's gonna like only women can do the stink face. But even that, it's like it's not like a devastating move. Like if Trish Stratus,
it's just humiliating. It doesn't actually hurt the opponent.
But why would it be? Because if Trish Stratus did the stink face to me, I wouldn't be humiliated.
But if you're a woman, like for a woman, if it's being done to a woman,
I guess.
Or if you're a man and Rikishi does it to you.
But so if Rikishi does it, it's way more devastating. This is a fat ass man rubbing his ass in your face. But a woman doing it, it's not devastating at all.
It's just more. I think it's just more so done for humiliation.
It's a humiliation ritual.
Yeah, so I don't think it's built to be like painful in the match. It's really why do people do that move? Why? It doesn't do anything.
It just slightly embarrasses the person. But if we've already seen the move done to 100 other people, it just means you're a jobber if you take the move because the Undertaker never got put in the stink face.
Yeah, right. So on the flip side, okay, looking at the Samoans in the company.
So what do you think? Seth would be better or worse if he's Samoan? I think he's worse.
I think I'll say worse. I think I'll say worse now because it's one of those characters again that kind of works more so as a white man. But I don't know. I think if he still could look relatively the same if he was Samoan.
So thinking about LA Knight now, like LA Knight Samoan is to the top of the card.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins Samoan, same gimmick. I don't think.
I feel like, but I'm kind of torn because I feel like Triple H would like him even more.
I kind of feel like he'd be like a Ricky Saints. It's like, oh, this guy is boring. He's just zesty and boring. Seth Rollins is kind of entertaining.
So I don't know. I'm split between both. You know what? It's a tough one. It's a tough one. Maybe Triple H is initially still high on him, but it doesn't go over as well. So I'm gonna say no. I was saying yes because again, Roman and Seth, like he's been in love with them from day one. So I'm thinking he'd want to push Rollins more if he's Samoan. He probably wouldn't get as over as well. But then again, they shoved Roman Reigns down for years when he wasn't.
They did.
So I mean, I guess you couldn't shove them both down and people don't care. Oh, but I'll say no.
That's tough though because they did. Well, yeah, I think that goes back to the point where Samoans in wrestling up till like 5 years ago, it wasn't. Just because you were Samoan in 2002, that meant nothing. It hurt you.
Yeah,
honestly. So
it was more so less about being Samoan with Roman. At least it was more because well, he's related to The Rock. That was the thing with him, but
so that's a different story. So if we're assuming that Seth Rollins is related to The Rock, I think they would push him. So there's two different. You can be just Samoan, or you can be directly related to The Rock.
They would push him.
They would push Seth Rollins if he was.
They would push him. I just don't think he'd get as over as much.
I don't think so either.
But they would still try to. It would be just like Roman Reigns. Really, it would just be. It would be worse. Both of them would be being pushed, and nobody wants them to be pushed, and they'd shove both of them down until they inevitably have a character change and finally get over.
I mean, you could argue that they've done that with Seth Rollins. Nobody wanted him to win the title.
I mean, he's been over though. I don't think he's ever been wildly disliked or booed out of the building. If I remember from the late 2010s, like he's never been a draw, but he has been over with the crowd.
Never a draw, but he is over.
It's weird. Like the crowd does cheer him, but he's not this big draw, a company like a Brock Lesnar or a Cena. But he's never been like wildly just booed or disliked by the fans. So that's what I'm saying. He's not he can be a good third or fourth guy, or even a second guy, but he can't be the guy that carries your company.
No.
So, all right, on the flip side, so people that are Samoan, where they at if they're not? So I'm gonna start with The Rock. For more of the Crimson Brothers, follow the Crimson Wrestling Federation today. I'm commentator Havoc, the voice of the Crimson Wrestling Federation. And you can see the calls I've made in the Crimson Wrestling Federation, in the comic Crimson Wrestling Game, Story of Malice, in the description below.